Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Now, keep in mind that these are general readings and they may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements because you could have messages waiting for you there as well. All right, my friends, let's get started. What's the energy around Aries this week? Look at that, new life. Aries, I feel like you're doing some serious soul searching this week. The energy around you right now feels like you're evaluating relationships, opportunities, experiences, communities, work life. You know, it's like you're looking at everything to see, does this still make sense for me? And I feel like you're being guided to really have a look at things from a different perspective. And I think that's exactly what you're doing, actually. I think you're in a time right now where things are shifting, and you're in the midst of trying to sort of see where things make sense, where they don't make sense, maybe where they used to make sense, and it just doesn't feel right anymore. I feel like you're on the sort of brink of realizing a very new path that could involve a new community of people. It could involve a new set of experiences. A whole bunch of different opportunities are making their way to you. But I feel like as you're getting there, not in order to, but as you're getting there, you're sort of needing to sort of decide what no longer fits. It's almost like you're cleaning. It's like a spring cleaning, you know, where you're sort of going through things to be like, well, I haven't worn this in a year. I haven't done that in forever. Do I even want this in my life anymore? It feels like you're trading in things that no longer really resonate for you, and you're having a look at things from a different perspective and making choices from a different perspective. And I feel like it's really taking you places, new places. Let's see here. Yeah, there's that Knight of Wands, really confirming that energy that this is all about sort of self-discovery in a new way, and you're feeling really driven and like you have this new focus and new direction, and you're really changing things up. You're changing your experience by changing your patterns and by you changing your focus. It's almost like you're focusing forward now instead of focusing back. You know, it's like you're leaving a lot of stuff in the past, things that used to bring out a lot of moments of sort of just not feeling yourself. Yeah, like you're really turning around any sort of moments of setback here. It's almost like you're thinking back to things that challenged you, and you're smiling and you're thinking, I see that totally different than I used to. You know, it's almost like you're using, what's that phrase that this idea of laughing in spaces where you used to cry. You know what I mean? Like moments that used to feel really defeating and like setbacks. You've totally changed the narrative here, and you're moving towards a very transformative new beginning. You might even be missing some signs here that are going to help advance you even further. So try to stay grounded in the present moment. I have a feeling you're very forward focused, which I'm really liking this energy, but I also feel like there's a part of you that needs to stay grounded in the present so that you can keep picking up on things as they come to you. You know what I mean? And seeing these two pages here, granted they're in the reverse, I think there's something from your past that when you're, you know, trying to let go of it, it's holding you a little bit still. Yeah, there may be some things that are harder to let go of than others. Yeah, this is very transformative, though. This is a big moment of transformation for you, and it feels like you're walking away from things that just feel like a losing battle. You know, like I feel like you're not getting sucked into that drama anymore. You're choosing happiness. You're choosing fulfillment. You're choosing something different here. You're choosing to be really motivated by things that resonate for you. I feel like you're choosing a different path for yourself here. and it's coming through. You might be missing some signs. There's another Five of Cups. You've got the 3 fives. You've got the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. This is a big moment of change. You're moving towards a new life, truly. And it's like you're moving away from moments of defeat, setback, heartbreak. And you're ready to transform any sort of feelings where you're feeling limited or you're feeling blocked. And I feel like you're embracing this as it all unfolds. And it's unfolding in a very interesting way. A lot of change. Lots of change. And you're seeking the truth. You're really seeking your own truth here. And you're surrendering to this idea of choosing happiness. I really feel like something has shifted for you, Aries. You're starting to let go of patterns of being, doing, working, loving, seeing. Like you're shifting. You're shifting completely into a new pattern of just being yourself, but in a different way. It's interesting. And I feel like you're not, you're surrendering to this, but there's also this little bit of a block when it comes to trusting others. I feel like right now you are focused primarily on what you need to do for yourself. And that's, I think, wise. Because right now, I don't think you're interested in collaborating with anyone until you sort of understand what's changing for you here. You're really listening to your intuition, and you're sort of trusting this new perspective that you have, but at the same time, you're of two minds as to whether or not you should collaborate with anyone. I don't think you're ready for that. I think right now you're needing to stay grounded in the present so that you're able to focus on all the things that are shifting in your energy. This is a big moment of transformation for you. We got the Eight of Wands on the bottom of this deck here. I just want to clarify some of these cards for you, Aries, because it's very interesting. You're really making some bold moves towards new perspectives. That seems to be what's coming through the most. There is a part of you that's rebelling a little bit against some of these moments of self-discovery. So that's why I feel like you're not really ready to play with others right now, because you're still trying to sort out what's going on within. And emotionally, there's some healing that has to be done here. Emotionally, I feel like you're recovering from some past stuff that's coming to the surface just as you're ready to move on. It's sort of coming to the surface just so that you can let it go. Sometimes things have to come back up to the surface so that we can really, really move on. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. And your intuition is really guiding you. You might need some more self-care. There's the fourth card of fives for you. You've got all 4 fives. This is really, really interesting. All 4 fives, this is an internal situation that you're in right now. I feel like whenever you start talking about this or start comparing yourself to other people, you're either finding yourself getting involved in the drama, which could heighten this anxiety of yours, because this is not something that I feel like you want to talk about with anyone. So don't. It's okay. We don't have to talk about things. I think you're really focused on the day-to-day right now, which is good. And you're also forward focused. You're thinking about the future. And you need some self-care. You need to sort of get yourself to a place where you're resting and you're taking care of yourself, eating food that nourishes you, getting plenty of rest, careful with who you spend time with and who you chat with about this, because I feel like unless they've gone through something similar, they're not going to understand. And ultimately, people are always coming from whatever perspective they hold, right? So the idea of going to someone to get their feedback is kind of an interesting concept, because they're going to give you the feedback based on their own experience, because that's all that you can do, right? And I feel like you're just going to be met with some sort of arguments or debates that don't go anywhere, when really you just need to keep focusing on your own vision here. This isn't necessarily the time to be chatting with people. You've got to make these decisions for yourself. And that might be the hard part, is sort of just focusing on yourself and doing what you feel is right for yourself. This is all leading to a very new beginning, though, and I feel like there's a part of you that needs to remember that you have all the tools you need to make whatever it is that you're working on happen. But are you using all your tools? Are you investing in yourself right now? That is interesting, seeing that Eight of Pentacles in reverse, because I feel like you've got to go for it. There's something here that needs your attention and effort. And I think it's going to be very prosperous. I think you're going to find yourself really stable after a period where it might not have felt very stable. Suddenly you're going to find yourself very stable and really choosing happiness here, Aries. What an interesting reading for you. We've seen so many fives. I really feel like you're in a huge moment of transition. And you've just got to trust that you have all the tools to make the choices that are in line with your best outcomes, Final card for you. Yeah, it's that Three of Pentacles in reverse again. You've got it twice here in the reverse. And I think that that's a signal that you're not in a place right now where you want to work with others. I think right now I almost feel like you're clearing out some relationships that don't resonate for you. And so right now isn't the time for you to choose new relationships. It's almost like you've got to establish who you are again, because you're changing. This is a big moment of change. There's the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck, showing me that you need to sort of stay calm as you go through this without getting pulled into other people's drama. Stay riding above the sea of emotions here so that you can find your footing. That you're changing. This is going to be a new you at the end of this cycle. Very interesting reading for you this week, Aries. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has been helpful. Please feel free to subscribe, like, share, comment. I appreciate your support so much. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find that information in the description below. All right, my friends, I look forward to reading for you again very soon. Sending you so much love and light. Take care.